Steve Mick. Look at you. I didn't know you were a crypto guy. What's up, Mitchell Curry? BTC to 8,000. I doubt it. Greetings, Soren from New York. Nice hairstyle. Oh, shit. Well, hello from Brazil. Pierre Silva. What's up, Andy Mills? Officially NPT. Cool, cool. So, what's up, James Wasilchuk? I'm not great with some last names. Alaska, everybody. I'm looking healthier. I'm feeling healthier, actually. Thank you for noticing. Making a lot of changes. And I actually went to the gym 2 days ago. Messing my arms up and everything. You would have laughed if you would have seen what I had done and then how sore I was after for 2 straight days. So here's what I wanted to do. Oh, cool. I don't even have to watch this screen. So I'm actually messing around with some stuff, hoping that it works a little better. I'm using this new software. It's actually this Streamlabs OBS. So hopefully it, you know, when I do future videos, I had the little not a licensed financial advisor kind of thingy. Whoever that dude is, let's see here. I hate trolls. Just getting rid of you, dude. Hey, just to let everybody know too, like, comment and tell you what you think about Dentacoin. I still haven't looked at Dentacoin. But just so everybody knows, whether it's on my YouTube channels, in my communities, or whatever, I do not permit trolling whatsoever. If you are a lifeless schmuck with nothing better to do than troll other people, whether that's me or anybody else, you're just gone, just so you know. I don't have time for assholes or negative energy, and I'm not going to expose you to everyone else here. I've seen a lot of people, you know, somebody asks a question and then they get trolled. I just kick them. I just kick you trolls, and I hide you guys from my channel. Any negativity whatsoever is strictly not permitted, period. I don't need you. So what is trolling? Look, if you're not helpful, you're hurtful, and that's pretty much all there is to it, you know. So keep that in mind. So here's the thing. So I actually found these old songs that I did back when I was in the music business. They were the last 3 songs I had produced, and I'm not playing them all, don't worry. But I do want to, like, I'm going to play one song, and I'm going to play one of the old videos. It's for a different song, but just so you guys see who these guys are, because when Vest launches, this song, I am officially making the official Crypto Crow theme song, okay? And when you hear the words to this song, keep in mind, this was done like 10 freaking years ago, all right? But when you listen to the words to this song, you're going to shit as to how it relates to Bitcoin and cryptocurrency today. You know, it like plays to the whole crow your coins thing, and it's a trip. I just had my wife listen to it, and she loved it. So she hasn't heard any of those old songs. So I'm going to play the song, and if it sounds like shit for any reason, just tell me and I'll shut it off, because I'm not sure I have everything set up properly. So I'll give that a crack, and we'll see what you guys think of my new theme song. And then from there, I'm going to answer some questions and things like that. Now, I got to figure out what the hell I'm doing. All right, so I'll come back here. I'll go ahead and play this little video. Now, this is a video, it's an old video of these guys, but it's kind of funny. So I'm going to play this song, and hopefully it doesn't sound like shit. All right, yeah, it's DJ playtime.
The statue head is crumbling, pieces fall to dust again, swept away, blowing away. Is it the answer to your question? Does it matter? Does it matter? Does it matter now what you did there? Walking down the street, tired legs could just I waste your time with my rambling because of the stars.
Oh my God, you guys are tripping me out. I can't even. That was hilarious. I mean, definitely a mix, a big mix. Obviously, music is a thing. I love these guys. I found these guys a long time ago when I started. I started managing bands. Actually, one of the guys in this channel, he manages nightclubs, and he's from Cincinnati. Steve. Second time I've seen you in my channel, man. Good on you. And his girlfriend, actually your wife now, I'm thinking, used to be a ring girl for me when I was a fight promoter. So it's a small world. That Steve guy in there, the gorgeous wife. So you guys know, you got to stay away. Anyway, and super nice, super cool, and professional. Yeah, so some of you guys, you're gay. Look, the song is different, right? I get that. These guys were, they kind of compared themselves a lot to like the Pixies, but they were really good, and none of them were gay, actually. Not a single one. They did wear women's skinny jeans, which I found interesting, but none of them were gay. So anyway, I just thought I'd share that with you because I like the song, and the words of the song, like you can find it online. It's Extra Blue Kind is the group, and you'll find like their old music videos that we did. One of them, here's the funny thing about these guys. I actually one of the videos that I got aired all over the place. Like it was on MTV2, VH1, like 35 different video networks all over the country. The music video is for Pinch Blink Stay Alive. And I didn't know it at the time because I went to like DeviantArt to try and find somebody to create a really kind of artistic video. And this person made this fantastic video, took forever. And when I finally got it, it actually drew a tear to my eye, and I'm not kidding. I found it so powerful. And then I sent it off to the video promotion companies I was working with. It was getting picked up everywhere. The video was made by a 14-year-old girl from Santiago, Chile. Okay, so if you guys Google Extra Blue Kind, Pinch Bleak, Stay Alive, you'll see the video pop right up. And so yeah, that was that. I just wanted to have a little fun with you guys. That's a horrible sound. Like you know what? You go download the song somewhere. There are 3 of them that we actually had produced. Resurrect You, Out of My Hands, which is another song that fits the crypto space right now quite a bit, and Art of the Disconnect. So those are the new 3 songs. I'm probably going to put those up on Vest. Okay, stop looking at my messages, dude. All right. Sounded like a nursery rhyme set to a 90s alternative. You guys are a trip. Look, I don't do like heavy metal or any of that stuff. I like to keep my brain cells intact. So you guys are probably, and this isn't going to be a real long thing. I didn't really have anything planned for this other than messing around with this new software that I'm trying to figure out and see how everything works for you guys. Talk about your new hedge fund stuff. That's coming. I mean, I'm getting a lot of docs, a lot of filings from my lawyer. I just got like a 70-page like agreement. It was a partnership agreement. That is like, I don't want to say too much because there's already such a huge line right now. I don't want to draw a whole lot more people. All right, Biddy boy. Oh, there's so many comments I can make, but it wouldn't be appropriate. So anyway, the fund it's probably going to launch this week, but I'm probably not going to make it public like the website and everything else going on. I'm probably not going to be telling everybody about it in a video for a couple of weeks because I want to get everybody that's been waiting. Hey, Crow, I'd love your input on coming ICOs such as Medical Chain. That looked really, really good. You know what? I'll be real honest with you guys. I saw Superman's video on Medical Chain, and he just nailed it. Like, I could do a review on it, and and here's my thing. Like, I find things from other YouTubers as well, and then I kind of go into them myself and figure out whether or not I think it's worth it or it's something I want to go into. But I try not to do review videos on things that I know some of the other big YouTubers go on to because I don't want people like, oh, you're just copying everything this guy does and that guy does and so forth and so on. So, but you know, there are people who like me who, for whatever reason, may not listen or watch Supo. So, you know, I personally like him. I think he's great, and he's a wicked smart guy, and I've always supported him. I've joined his courses in the past for no other reason than just because I think he's great, and it's just a way to show support. So, you know, I do like Medical Chain quite a bit, and I think, and I watched his whole review on it. And yeah, I mean, my opinion on Medical Chain, I'm going for it. I think it sounds great. And if, you know, I'd like to do a review, but like I said, I don't want people thinking I'm just doing it because Superman's doing it. But sometimes you do find things from other people, and maybe if I did go through it and I explain things in maybe my way, in a bit of a different way, focusing on some of the aspects of that ICO that maybe he didn't touch on, then maybe that would be okay. But there's plenty. There's plenty. I just uploaded an ICO today for oh my gosh, it's like I'm like Arc Coin, Arc Block or something. I don't even remember the damn name of it now. It's totally escaping me. But I went through that for a good couple hours today, and I thought that was fantastic, so I did a video on it. Let's see here. What else we got going on? Yeah, Medical Chain. Just talked about that. ECC, glad to be part of the Crypto Crow Pack. Thank you, John Perry. I'm glad you're here, man. Yeah, Supo's great, man. I have absolutely, like, you know what? That guy, he's been the most stand-up. Like, he and I are so drastically different, right? Like, our approach to things are different. Our mannerisms are different. He's from the UK. I'm just a big, brutish, you know, American, probably to him. But I absolutely do love him. I mean, you know, his groups are great. I mean, everything the guy touches turns to gold. I mean, he's fantastic. I have absolutely nothing to say bad about him. Thoughts on Tron's potential? Look, as far as Tron's concerned, guys, it has a lot of potential. A part of what I talked about today a little bit in the video was that Tron is receiving so much FUD, and I don't know why, but every time I look deeper into the FUD, it turns out to be more bullshit. So when you guys think back on Electroneum, Ethereum, everybody was calling Ethereum a scam this, scam that. It had so much FUD. All these big Bitcoin holders were basically trying to keep Ethereum at bay and, you know, just spreading FUD left and right. And I think that's just a pattern. I think people spread the most FUD about things they fear the most, if it's going to affect them in a negative way. And look, I'm huge on Cardano, but it doesn't mean that I'm going to try and spread a bunch of falsehoods about something. Look, here's the thing. For me, I'm kind of one of those people, if I don't have something nice to say, I typically don't say much about it unless it's really, really pissing me off, right? Or if there's something important. And, you know, I think Tron's going to be fine. I mean, it hasn't even really touched a big part of its roadmap yet. And when it does, that thing's going to start taking off. Bitcoin keeps going down. Yeah, it does. And I think there are a few reasons for it. You're psychic as Crow. I wish to meet you one day. I don't think I'm psychic, really, but thank you. You know, I just, as far as Bitcoin going down, that is, let me see if I can pull up where it is right now. I think it's like 10 grand. I was trying to bring up Coinigy, so it's at 10,300. For whatever reason, I cannot get, man, I love it. I only have to look at my OBS window now, and I can see everything. This is pretty slick. Okay, so in another video recently, I talked about missing an opportunity on an ICO that I really wanted to get into, and it was WePower. I wanted to get in on that pretty big, so I have to wait until it hits exchanges. Telcoin, I mean, you know, that thing just launched, man, and it launched it. It already hit a penny. So like that alone gave everybody like a huge return just from ICO. And once that thing really starts kicking in and their partnerships and everything continue to grow, Telcoin's going to grow quite a bit. Icon and Utrust, both I think are going to be huge. Icon's already done significant. I got that at 11 cents at ICO. and it's done really, really well, and I think it's going to continue to grow. Utrust, the same thing. I'm huge on Utrust just because, honestly, I'm sick of PayPal. I'm sick of the way PayPal does things, and you know, I use them. I use them for a lot. You kind of have to use PayPal, but when Utrust starts to get their situation together, I'm definitely going to be using Utrust quite a bit, especially for everything that has to do with the blockchain. Thanks, Daniel Park. I appreciate that, man. I don't think you guys, like, I do a lot of work. I know that lately the videos have been, I haven't been putting out as many, and they haven't been as in depth. But I'm working on so many things right now, and I promise you guys I'm going to get caught up, and we're going to break some new ground here real soon. Hedge Connect goes to 200. Look, if it says Connect in the name, it can go to hell. I mean, I'm tired of watching all the videos popping up all over the place of everybody that lost so much money. It's like, I saw the video of this one guy, man. Like, I felt terrible in his first video, and then the second one, I'm like, oh my God, you're a moron, dude. I'm sorry, but he loses $30,000 of his life savings in BitConnect. Now he's talking about how BitConnect's coming back, and he put $10,000 more into some other, like Devore coin or whatever. And I'm just thinking, what is it going to take for you guys to learn? Like, any of this high yield bullshit, you're just begging to lose your money. And if you do lose all your money, I don't want to see videos about it. Oh, poor me, what am I going to do? It's just simple. Invest in legitimate companies with a legitimate technology, with an interest in growing the technology in the space in the future. Don't throw your money away on all this high yield crap, you know, and buy into all this hype. It's nuts. You know what? Profit Trailer is actually, I put it in sell only mode, and I've actually had it sitting there for a few days just because I want to know what the hell's going on with Bitcoin. Because here's the thing about Profit Trailer. If I have it running right now, even with the best add-on, even with feeder, everything going, if it shoots up $3,000 in a day, I'm left with 50 bags that I have to sit on for a couple weeks to sell anyway. So, and I've been so busy that honestly, I have not been running Profit Trailer for a few days. It's just been in sell-only mode. And because I have people that have invested in that with me, and I went from basically 2 Bitcoin to 2.6 Bitcoin. That's basically, I made 0.6 Bitcoin in profit. And that's really running Profit Trailer maybe a day, a hardcore day or two a week for the past month. So, you know, the potential for it is significantly more, but you really do have to keep your eye on things a bit. And I've been doing so many Profit Trailer videos that a lot of the time has been spent experimenting for you guys. So if I had just set up Profit Trailer, set it, forget it, and didn't even look at it for a couple weeks other than to make sure that it was still running and that didn't, you know, or updating it or whatever, I know I'd be making a hell of a lot more money. But because of the tax law, I've got 2 bags left that I'm getting rid of, and then I'm liquidating. So I'm taking all the people that bought into the bot, and I'm sending them all of their profits, all their money, and then I'm starting over with what I have left. And then I'm just going to set it and forget it at that point. And what I've even thought about doing, which is probably something I am going to do, especially with this new system, I'm probably going to set the bot up, and I might just leave it on a 24/7 feed. For maybe a full day. And so that all you guys can see, all right, here are the settings I'm using. Here's how it works. This is what the bot is doing. Because I see so many people that set up the bot. They're like, oh, it's barely made a buy. If it's barely made a few buys, you've got a setting wrong. Something's not right. Because I can do easily 100 trades in a day with my profit feeder or my Profit Trailer. Okay, let's see here. I just heard Amazon wants to start their own crypto exchange. That would be brilliant. I would buy that. I'd buy that for $1. Say something nice or nothing at all. Can we count on you to share your thoughts when scam coins crop up? Yeah, I will. I mean, that's a different situation. Yeah, but I don't. Here's the thing. I don't really dive. I don't spend a lot of money in the scam coins. Like, I have better stuff to put my time into, right? So if I feel scam, I just stay away from it. But because my viewership is growing, yes, I probably will. Like, if some of you guys say, hey, you know, I think this might be a scam, can you look at it? Then I will look at it. What I don't do is I get a lot of people who maybe they've already went big on a coin and they want me to talk about it. They're like, hey, what do you think of this? What do you think of that? It's like I talk about the coins that I'm into and that I like already. So, and I don't have time to look up, you know, 500 random coins at a time. No offense, guys. I've been watching your vids for a while. Thank you. Is it Bojan Horjic? I probably just totally gutted that name, dude. I'm sorry. Bohan Horgic? Sorry, I'm not trying to be a dick. I'm literally just trying to figure out how to pronounce that name. How much is Profit Trailer? It's 0.03 Bitcoin. So buy it now while it's cheap as dirt. Any program or system that guarantees a specific return outside the U.S. T-bills, bonds, or notes is fake and schemes. Exactly. Where'd you go, Giovanni? There's a lot of stuff going on here. Yeah, any program or ICO that guarantees a return is screwing you. Even with people begging to give me anywhere from $1,000 to $500,000. I've even had somebody wanting to invest $1 million in the fund already. And I've had some other billionaires talking about even bigger money. I will not guarantee anything because I do not control the crypto space. Nobody does. So even if, and if I were to sit around like, oh, well, based on my track record, I guarantee you at least this, I would be lying. And anybody else that tries to do that is full of shit, and you need to stay away. Anybody that's trying to get you to invest in them, invest in their business, their ICO, their high yield program, their mining program. By the way, I get all these questions on all these mining platforms, these cloud mining programs. To me, it's all bullshit. Unless I see these mining... I want to see the mining farm, and I want to see the company logo on every one of them, and all bullshit to me. It's all bullshit. Sorry. If they, you know what there needs to be? There needs to be a third-party auditing. Well, hey, you know what? There's the SEC, but the SEC isn't really monitoring like these hash flares and the God. There's so many of them out there now. I just feel like they're popping up like weeds. Let's see here. Do you have to buy Profit Trailer and Feeder together? No, you do not. You do not have to. You can get, look, you can buy Profit Trailer by itself and it'll make you money, period. It will. It'll make you money. Profit Feeder makes the process faster. I mean, from my experience, Profit Feeder allows you to burn through trades more quickly with less bags at the end of the day. That's basically what Feeder does. So it allows you to utilize, Bitcoin's up to 10,400. So I was trying to leave my chart up here. I might figure out how to do that. But yeah, you do not have to buy them both at the same time. But I think once you've bought it and you see the gains that you're making with Profit Trailer alone, then you realize Feeder could help you make them faster. I think you'll probably get Feeder as well. All right, so some questions on how does Profit Trailer work. Basically, in a nutshell, Profit Trailer works in a variety of different ways, okay? I use the EMA spread strategy, which I've explained already in several videos. I explained it in my course. But ultimately, it looks for the best position. It looks for the best time to buy into a particular coin and exit that coin in a profit. That's it. And that's really all these coins do. But some of them use like a Bollinger Band kind of setting where it tries to buy in, based off of the highs and lows of the market. EMA spread it uses the exponential movement indicators. Jeez. And they're just different strategies. I'm actually working on some things now that I'm going to make a part of. I have an advanced Udemy course that I'm working on now that's going to explain all the different strategies, technical analysis, all of the different elements to all of that, and a lot more. So I'm working on a lot of that stuff, and I'll probably take a couple of those videos and add them to this, at least the ones that I think pertain to Profit Trailer. Yes, cloud mining is bullshit. EOS, hello EOS Nation. I actually have never bought EOS, but I really wish I would have. 10% profit for the past 5 days. That's good. I mean, that's good. On a really good day, I can pull 15 to even 20% profit using Profit Trailer. And I will say that my biggest day ever using Profit Trailer was the day I added Feeder. Hey Crow, huge fan. Do you have coins up on the exchange or do you keep them in your wallet? Both. It depends on what I'm doing with them. Like I have a folder that I have triple backed up on USB thumb drives just in case something were to happen to my laptop, and I keep them all separate so that if something were to happen, like nobody's getting them. I'm not going to go out like Trevon James Like I don't use Exodus wallet. You know, I know he's saying that he got hacked on Exodus. I still don't buy that, but you know, I keep everything away from constant online connectivity. So I do have some coins on an exchange, but I'm typically the coins that I have on an exchange are the ones that I'm buying and selling in Profit Trailer. That's pretty much it. And with that, I have if there's a security feature, I use it. So that's just all there is to it. I don't like to risk anything. Can I use Profit Trailer if I'm not experienced in trading? Yeah, you can. That's kind of why I give everybody free settings. And that's another thing too. If any of you guys are buying settings from somebody, you're screwing yourself. There's no reason whatsoever to buy any settings from anybody. And I see these guys in my Discord channels sometimes, like, hey, I know this guy, he just made so much money using this other guy's settings. You can email this guy to buy his settings for $60. It's all bullshit. I can tell you right now, when I create my settings that I give you guys for free, I typically create those settings, like with my Profit Feeder settings. I've worked directly with the creators of Feeder to go back and forth, making suggestions on getting the best possible settings for the version of the software at the time. Okay, they're not going to give you settings because they can't. Like, I don't think they legally can give you settings, but I can. And so I basically tell them, hey, you know, if how does this work? How does that work? Okay, if I were to change this, what'll be the benefit? So forth. And we go back and work it out. And they basically help me create settings that are going to work for me that I can give you. And I'm not charging you guys anything. I make plenty of money as an affiliate. I'm not going to try and nickel and dime you guys at every little possible turn for settings. So don't buy settings from anybody, especially when you can get them from me for free. And as a matter of fact, last night I added a pin to almost every one of my channels with a big long list of links that you guys can use, whether they're downloads, joining the Feeder support Discord, the Profit Trailer support Discord, just everything. I basically created a huge wall of links for everybody. So how long have I been on here? I don't even know. Time flies when you're having fun. It's only been 30 minutes. That's cool. All right. There's only 400 people. I don't really think a whole hell of a lot of people care about me tonight, but that's all right. Siren Labs. I don't know anything about Siren Labs. I haven't looked at it. High performance blockchain looks like a good one. Big pump signals should be illegal. It's inside trading. Okay. If you guys want to be millionaires, invest 15,000 or more into Wan Chain. As soon as that hit, Wan Chain is pretty good, but does PT work around any two-step verification that might be on an exchange? Yeah, I mean, pretty much. It's you're using the API keys and such. All right. Well, thank you, Scott McAfee. VeChain also looks good. Look, guys, there's a lot of stuff. There are a lot of coins on the exchange that have a lot of huge potential right now, especially with the market down. So Bitcoin's back up to 10.5. You know, there's so many coins out there now that are just, it's a discount supercenter. It really is, and it hasn't slowed down. And I'm hearing that a lot of this stuff has been going on because of like the futures market expiring, and a lot of these futures expiring, and they're starting over, and so forth and so on. And it looks like they're probably going to take some profit, because I know that a lot of the future stuff started around 14, 15 grand. So depending on where they put it, with Bitcoin literally hitting 10,500 bucks right now, but it's going to start going back up, because I think the demand, you know, there's been a lot of Asian FUD. There's been a lot of confusion in the Asian markets around what they're going to be doing with exchanges in South Korea and so forth. And, you know, it is what it is, but it's not going to last. I don't think this dip, this super sale, it's not going to last very long. I don't think it's going to last forever at all. Big Futures Day is in January 26th. You know, there was one thing that I was actually interested in about. I was curious about was the Cardano and Zencash. I don't know a lot about Zencash, but anybody asking me about Cardano should know better, because that's my favorite coin on the entire market. I'm from Brazil. New sub on your channel. Thank you for the great job information. Are you from some rock band? No, I'm not musically inclined whatsoever. You don't want to hear me play shit. You don't want to hear me sing. You don't even want to watch me dance, to tell you the truth, because I look like Shrek on a dance floor. Now, when I was a kid and I was skinny and I was young and good looking, you'd find me out in the club, and I'd tear it up a little bit, and I was pretty good back then. My wife's always trying to get me to dance salsa with her, but I'm just too big. I'd crush somebody by accident, and then there'd be police and EMTs involved, and it just wouldn't be a good thing. Nobody wants to see that. Let's see. Electronium. I still think there's a lot of potential for Electronium. I do. I mean, I don't sell any of my coins, people. When I buy them because I believe in them, and I hold on them, and I forget about them. Like Costcoin. When I bought Costcoin, I bought it, and I forgot that I was even getting dividends from the exchange. And I went back and looked. I'm like, holy shit, I got all kinds of stuff in here. It's like there's so much going on at any given moment that it's really, really difficult to keep tabs on a lot of this stuff. Now, what I will say is my Moonrunner platform, it's getting close. So all I'm going to say is it's getting close. I wonder if I could show you guys this. Maybe I will. So my developer sent me a picture. Yeah, he sent me a screenshot to show me what everything looks like right now. And he's this, I don't know if you'll be able to see this or not. But this is actually a picture of Moonrunner right now. So it's not live on the web yet, but it's live on his systems. And I'm pretty pumped about it because it looks good. And he's really getting it real close to exactly what I've laid out in my mock-ups. But ultimately, like for those of you who don't know what Moonrunner is, it's ultimately going to allow you to manage multiple portfolios. And it's going to be helping me a lot managing my fund as well. So I'm looking forward to getting it done. I'm looking forward to getting it done, Nick. You hear me? Crow, do you believe to continue to buy Bitcoin like all the Bitcoin lovers state, or go alt or Ethereum Litecoin? So Litecoin is out for me. I probably never buy Litecoin. I feel like the only real allure to Litecoin is that it's supposed to be really fast, and right now it's cheap. When it comes to buying Bitcoin, Bitcoin compared to Ethereum, I mean, let's face it, guys. Bitcoin is old school, so I'm not trying to be a FUD. I want Bitcoin. I mean, I want Bitcoin to be worth 50 grand. You know, who doesn't? Will it get there? It might. But if I am going to put money into a coin right now, I'm putting money into ICOs and coins that I'm going to see 1,000% gains. I'm not going to see 1,000% gains if I buy a Bitcoin right now. It's just not going to happen. It's easier for me to put $10,500 into an ICO that I know I'm going to get a 5 or 6x return on within 3 months, and then take those profits and maybe put a percentage of my profits into Bitcoin and continue to grow my position that way. I look at Bitcoin as a bank. I look at it as it's the most valuable cryptocurrency on the market. It's everybody's trying to mess with it right now, but everybody has been for a year, you know what I mean? And so I look at it as kind of a safety hedge. Like if I'm going to transfer money, or if I'm going to do anything where I just want to store my cash for whatever reason, I'd very likely put it into Bitcoin, even if it's just temporary. So, but if I had $10,500 right now, would I buy Bitcoin or Ethereum? I'd probably buy Ethereum. And that's the truth. And if I didn't buy Ethereum, I'd buy a Cardano. So in other words, if I'm buying it for function, I'm buying Ethereum because it's quicker, it's cheaper, all that stuff. If I'm buying it to hold, I'm buying Cardano. There you go. Oh, Jeremy Saunter. I didn't even. What's up, man? I didn't even recognize your name for a minute. I was just looking at the question. Let's see. I figure I'll stop this at 40 minutes, so we'll give this about 3 more minutes. I'll ramble on here for you guys. So the questions on the left are not updating the same as the questions on the right that I'm seeing. So I crow as well, but I like the coins you can stake and get a distribution from. Neo, yeah, you're right. And so Crypto Bull, you're absolutely right. I love Neo. Neo is great for generating gas. And I see Neo. I see 2018 it's going to be pretty big for Neo as well, and a lot of it is going to be because people buy and hold Neo. I mean, that's just all there is to it. I mean, a proof of stake coin, a proof of stake coin with a lot of functionality, and opportunity is going to do well, and Neo is obviously one of them. Caesar, you must be late. It's not FUD, right on ICO. Bitcoin is the reserve currency. Yeah, that's kind of how I look at it, Giovanni. It's a reserve currency, essentially the mattress, like the US dollar is to normal fiat. Won Chain I really like. I don't own any of it right now, but I do like Won Chain. You would buy Telcoin, I guess. You're right, I would. I did. I got a lot of it. You an MMA fan? Well, I was in mixed martial arts for 6 years, so yeah, I'm a fan. I used to have my own TV show and all kinds of stuff with MMA. Did live national broadcasts of shows. I worked with UFC fighters and all kinds of that. B Token ICO, have you seen it? Good concept. You know what? I like B Token. I actually, so here's the truth about B Token. B Token offered to pay me to do a review, and I thought, you know what? I'll do a review. But because B Token wasn't on my original list that I sent my Patreons, my patrons, I didn't do it. Because I didn't feel like it's fair to just add one. You know what I mean? Like, as I gave all my, I picked 5 guys in my patron account, or my patron group, and I said, here's a list of 35 ICOs that I want to review, and I'm willing to review them for a fee. Here's the fee. I give you 25% if you line something up. And the first one really was B Token, but B Token wasn't on that original list because I was already talking to them, and I forgot, like, oh, well, now they want to do something, and then I just kind of let that die. But I do like B Token. I think it's going to be good. There's another one actually called Winding Tree. Winding Tree ICO. You guys should look that up because I think Winding Tree is going to be pretty big. Let me ask you guys a question. So here's something I was actually talking to. So one of my investors is a blockchain developer, and he's a super cool dude. He's out of the Ukraine. I want to create a crow coin. Like I truly want to create a crypto crow coin, but I'm just going to call it the crow coin. I don't know exactly what I want to do with it though. So like I want it to have a purpose. I'm not really interested in doing like a crow coin kind of ICO, big token sale push, any of that. But I do want to come up with some kind of crow coin. So I'm interested in any ideas you guys have. I even thought of just like, having a coin, here's an address. If somebody wants some crow coins just for the hell of it, to show some love, tips or whatever, then you could basically tip this address Ethereum and you get crow coins back, and just kind of do that like long term until they're all gone. And then, once there's enough volume out there to justify getting it on an exchange, then I would start adding it to some exchanges and see if we could grow something over time, because I know, if I found a developer wanting to help create a crow coin, had some ideas, you want to work with me on something, let me know. I'm open to ideas. I just want everything to be 100% legit, no bullshit, and I don't want it to be, I don't want it to be shady or like money grabby in any way. I just want it to be fun, with some opportunities for growth. That's my big thing. I'd love to have some utility, and I'd love to use a crow coin somehow to kind of service and help people as it relates to ICOs. So I don't know what that is yet, though, but I'm open to ideas if anybody is interested in working with me on that. Crypto Crow, do you recommend to put it all into BTC and Neo on exchange and go to sleep, and next morning we'll go little up? No, like I don't really do that. Like I basically put like a percentage of what I make, like any profits or anything that I've got going on, and I keep it in Bitcoin. That's pretty much it. Like I don't use Bitcoin Crow Connect. No, I don't think so, Pat, but that's funny. Him on Patreon, waiting for fund to open. New idea, any idea? Gotcha. When that will happen, not sure if you said it earlier. I just signed in. Next week, Pat, next week is what we're looking at. You know, hey, I'll tell you guys something. You know what? Since we're hanging out live and I'm already over 40 minutes, screw it. I'm going to let you guys in on some ideas that I have. And maybe Dana White will do something with this. So one project, and a lot of you guys aren't going to give a shit about this, so I'm probably going to get a drop off here, but that's fine. I would like to see the MMA industry tokenized. I would honestly like to see. Here's one of the biggest problems in MMA today is there are so many fighters who are dirt frickin' poor. I know guys who have fought in the UFC several times. I have friends who have been in the UFC. I have fighters that I used to manage who fought in the UFC. One of my fighters that I got signed to Strikeforce, he would make $9,000, $10,000 in sponsorships. UFC buys Strikeforce, so he basically becomes a UFC fighter by default, fights a couple times in the UFC, and then UFC basically cuts all the sponsorship, basically saying you have to wear what we give you kind of thing. And this was before the Reebok deal too. So they were already in the process of kind of basically shutting out any sponsors. You had to have your sponsors approved. And then sponsors had to pay a huge, like $100,000 fee to the UFC just to then be able to sponsor fighters on a roster. It's ridiculous. It's a cash grab that makes me sick. Right? Which is one of the reasons why I don't see this ever happening. But I would love to see a tokenized system so that every MMA fighter, not just UFC, every MMA fighter can sign a deal and create their own tokenized trading card kind of thing. So if a fighter gets signed to a major deal, or maybe there's a local fighter that you have a lot of promise. Like I took local fighters within the region and I would build them up. I would fly in UFC veterans from Vegas and like all over the place. Guys that you'd see on Ultimate Fighter and stuff like that. You guys should see my Junie Browning videos. That guy was nuts. I've known Junie and his brother for a long time. Some of you guys who watch Ultimate Fighter know how crazy he is. That's not an act. The dude's nuts, right? But anyway, when a fighter's on his way up, he's got his own cryptocurrency token that's used and traded for different things. Maybe the coin's used to buy merchandise, right? Maybe the guy's got t-shirts, hats, things like that he's able to sell. And so you can buy these products using his or her coin. Obviously, you can't leave the ladies out, man. The ladies are fantastic. One of my favorites is, oh my God, I just saw her on UFC Unleashed tonight again. Rose, I love that girl. She's like hood as shit, but gorgeous. She's like just a badass. Like I'm like a huge fan. And so have somebody like that. Well, all these fighters, whether they're UFC, Strikeforce, anywhere they are, Bellator, you name it, and it's like a universal tokenization system that's ultimately used to help these fighters pay bills and have a retirement plan. And that I think would be huge. Another thing I'd like to see the mortgage industry tokenized, where everybody that buys into an ICO for this mortgage company is ultimately they are the secondary market. So you have this tokenized, we'll call it Crypto Crow Mortgage Company, right? And somebody comes to me, they want a home loan. So I'm loaning them money out of the reserves from the token sale. So let's say we had $200 million, which really isn't that much money, okay, to be real honest. But you have $200 million at ICO, and then basically every coin owner is paid dividends on the number of loans outstanding generating interest. And amortization is huge money, folks. I don't know how many of you understand mortgage amortization, but it's so front-loaded and ridiculous that the profit's crazy. And so, if you take $200 million and then you amortize that at like roughly, let's say a 4.5% interest average, it's crazy money, crazy profit. So, and it's something that nobody is doing that yet. All right, so Crowcoin makes you big time. All right. So, why doesn't anybody talk about DCN? I don't know what DCN is. Connor says no to MMA coin. Well, Connor can suck it. He's already made his money. He doesn't give a shit about what other people are doing. And I love Connor, don't get me wrong, but just because he's a great fighter and he's like a great showman doesn't mean he's bright. There's your idea for the purpose of the Crow coin. Upcoming UFC fighters. Dude, call the MMA idea a leg kick coin. Yeah, well, somebody needs to leg kick Dana White and get his ass off of his... Dana White's like really frustrating because he really doesn't need to be such a hard ass, and now, you know, it's a totally different company, and it's just, there's so much drama around what's going on there. ADA price prediction. Honestly, I'd like to see ADA get to at least a few bucks in the first quarter here. I don't know if it's going to happen. I doubt it will. I think here's I'm going to leave you guys with this, and this is basically the last thing I'm going to say. Maybe it'll take me a minute and a half to get through it. When you look at cryptocurrency, let's say you buy a cryptocurrency right out of ICO, the first quarter that you have that coin, at minimum, there's not a lot of activity. It's a little bit of up, a little bit of down, a little bit of up, a little bit of down. And then out of nowhere, boom, it goes up like 75% or more. And it's just, when a coin is ready to go, it runs, and that's it. And prior to that, it's like QuantStamp. QuantStamp is a perfect example of what I see happening soon. It's a little up, a little down, a little up, a little down. But when that thing goes, it's going to take off like a rocket to the moon. It's exactly why we call it that. And so, you know, Cardano hasn't even hit its stride yet. Like, a lot of these coins really haven't hit their stride. And there, one last point that I want everybody that's still tuned in listening to think about. You know, when you look at the blockchain space as a whole, okay, I want you guys to picture maybe a garden, right? A garden for survival, which sounds a little crazy. But when I look at the blockchain, I look at a garden for survival. What do you need to survive? You need potatoes, maybe tomatoes, you need some basil, you need basically all of the different ingredients to make one fantastic salad that you're going to live on. Once all those ingredients are already growing in your garden, what do you do then? From there, it's a matter of, well, how can I make these ingredients better? And I think that right now, we're still filling our garden with things that we need. That's basically where we are in the blockchain space today. We're still tokenizing new industries, new technologies. We're expanding on current technologies, tokenizing them and making them better, more connected. I mean, I'm telling you guys, the future of blockchain tech, you know, everybody talks about the chip. I mean, it's going to be a matter of time until you're going to go buy something, you're going to wave your fist in the air, you know, it's going to pull money out of the blockchain, everything's going to be automatic, and, you know, everything is going to be controlled by the blockchain at some point. I guarantee it, there's no question about it. Right now, people are looking at blockchain technology as this gimmicky thing, and they don't understand. They're looking at it as a Ponzi scheme. They're looking at it as like all these different things, but they're missing the greater picture. The greater picture is the tokenization of just about everything we do. And it's the technology behind the cryptocurrency that has created this Ponzi-like scheme because of the overall public adoption of the technology. Everybody is saying, we want this. We encourage this. Bring us more. Teach us more. And so that's what's happening right now. We're in a growth stage, and I think 2018 is going to be the true laying of the foundation for the blockchain as a whole. And it's going to be a race to see who can come up with the best, the fastest technology, the most adaptive technologies, and those are going to be the creams that rise to the top. And, you know, keep that in mind as you're looking at making your investments. Maybe, you know, maybe there's one really good real estate company that's on the blockchain that has the potential to grow on an international level. These are the technologies that you really want to buy into. Technologies that have an international means of existing and means of growth. Okay, so on that note, I'm going to leave you guys to it for the evening. I really enjoy like the chat, and I love all the support. I really appreciate it. Hopefully this video, the way I've been doing it's a little bit more fun, and I'm going to be experimenting with it more and more. And hopefully the songs weren't too terrible. Here, I'm going to play that song again for you as I sign out, and you guys can either sign out or enjoy the song. Here you go. Crow your coins.
Look alive and show me something like the millions before they die. It's hard to figure out why you got out before I got to say. Time flies, see the days washing you towards the grave. Everything floats away, so just cling to my name. It hit me slowly that you can't hear me speak so loudly. I should bring it down. It was hard to figure out why you got out before I got to say. Time flies, see the days washing you towards the grave. Everything floats away, so just cling to my name. Come to life. If you're not ready to die, I'll fix the things for you now and resurrect you somehow. I'll fix you up, maybe just once again. I've had enough of this making you go. It's out of my hands now. I'm out of my hands. It's out of my hands now. I'm out of my hands. Standing here waiting for you now. Don't leave me out or drag it out. Make up your mind. Please don't tease me. Just tell me yes or tell me no. These simple words you lose easy.
This is the same band.
Could keep me going today. So could you please not bring your silence here?
Uh-oh, my wife's here. You wanna say hi?
Out of my hands now. I'm out of my hands. It's out of my hands now.
You say hi, everybody? Just showing us some songs. Wife's hi.
Standing here waiting for you now. Don't leave me out or drag it out. Make up your mind. Please don't tease me. Just tell me yes or tell me
Show the wife.
no. These simple words you leave easy.
Hi, Crow's wife. You should check this out. How I got it set up. They're all saying hi. They're all saying hi. You look tiny. Call you Christ for Crow's wife.
It's out of my hands now. I'm out of my hands. It's out of my hands now. I'm out of my hands. Standing here waiting for you now. Don't leave me out or drag it out.
right, guys. Thank you for joining me. Crow your coins, and I'll see you again real soon. The wife says hi. See ya.